Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now today we're back with another Throne and Liberty video. I've hopped onto my Korean account because we just got the massive update for the reworked mastery system, weapon mastery system. Now I wanted to come on here and showcase it to you guys and girls each weapon. I'm going to look at every single weapon and we're going to look at the big nodes. I'm not going to go through every single tiny node, because most of those little nodes are basically, they're not very good, they're not very relevant. They are like a tiny increase to some stats and stuff like that. So of course, later on, you can read all of the tiny nodes yourself, but it's the big nodes that we're interested in. They're the ones that you're gonna wanna, you're gonna wanna look out for and unlock. So before I get into that, don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I cover all MMORPGs, upcoming ones, and also I cover RPGs as a whole, the whole genre. So yeah, if you're new here, love to have you here for the long run. And yeah, let's get into the video. So we're gonna go to the main menu, click on Weapon Mastery, and you can see here, this is how the weapon mastery system now looks. So it's looking reminiscent of an ARPG, obviously nowhere near as large as an ARPG system looks like, but the whole, the layout of it is very similar. Now you can reset your mastery points whenever you like. We also do have weapon mastery slots, weapons like sets. So that's good. So you can obviously save one for PvE and then one for PvP, for example. So that's really good. You can also now, just click here and you can swap your XP from one weapon to another. You do need a weapon mastery's conversion book though, and you get this by buying one of these in the store. Now currently on the Korean version, obviously it's costing 240 lucen. Whether we're going to get some of this in the battle pass, whether it's going to cost the same over on the global version, we do not know, because currently we're not sure whether we're going to be getting the this update on our global version this week. We should find out hopefully tonight, later on today, when we get the global patch notes. So I will of course have a video covering the global patch notes, so look out for that later on. But anyway, we're going to go to the Greatsword first. We're going to start off with the Greatsword and then work our way down. Now, when you want to level up, by the way, we actually have, when you use the Jews, which they're not going to be Jews anymore, I'll show you that at the end. It's got a new name now. It's a new item, but it basically goes into here. When you use it, before it would only work on the two weapons that you're holding at that time. But now it gets stored basically, and then you can go ahead and just click on here and level up the spear, and I can put some points into the staff, some points into the sword. You get the idea. So it's a much better system. So I prefer that. That's really good. I like that. Now, like I said, I'm going to go over these big nodes only, basically. These little ones are not that impressive. I had a quick brief look earlier, but we now have a support tree, an attack tree, a tactics tree, and a defense tree. So we're going to start off with the attack one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hover over each node, and of course feel free to pause the video at any moment that you like. So we have Forceful Grasp here, Furious Rampage, Berserk Blade, and then the big one here, the epic one, Blood Fighter. So when your health is 50% or higher, your critical damage reduction decreases by 7.7%. But when your health is below 50%, your critical damage increases by 7.7%. So what they're trying to do is, this tree, this is what, these nodes and stuff, they give you a positive, but they also give you a negative on most of these. So I guess that's their way of trying to balance them. Now, the cost of these, it's going to cost you a lot of ores, but just look at the Solent cost. It's 5.8 million Solent to unlock these epic nodes. Now, I mean, yeah, if you don't have a lot of these ores, get farming these ores from now on the global version. If obviously if we get the update this week and you don't have a lot of ores, then you're not going to have much time to obviously pre-farm them. But yeah, if we don't get it this week, then you know what you need to farm, and you also need to start saving your Solent. Don't start spending your Solent now, because you're going to need a lot of it, because all of these nodes are 5.8 million each, like the epic ones. So let's move down to the tactics side. So tactics, we have Invincible Dash, Brutal Fighter, Dogged Determination. I don't know if some of these translations are correct, but it is what it is. Then we have on the epic side, hand-to-hand combat. So when your perception is 70 or higher, stun and collision hit chance increases by 110. But when your perception is below 70, your stun and collision resistance increases by 110. And again, it uses the ores and 5.8 million Solent, like I said. I will showcase these ones as well. So you see here we have collision chance offensive, bind chance response. Again, this uses ore, 160,000 Solent. Damage increase mastery, increases your buff duration and skill damage boost. This costs 550,000 Solent, and again it needs ores. So we move down to the defense tree. We have collision chance defense, 60,000 Solent. Max health mastery gives us more max health, costs some ores and 160,000 Solent. Then the final one is bind resistance mastery, gives you more health and bind resistance, 550,000 Solent. So yeah, this is a big Solent sink, guys. Holy smokes. Ironclad armor. Then we have vigorous barrier, unbreakable will. That one looks pretty good, to be honest. Then the epic one here is called passion. After using greatsword mobility skills, mobility skills restores by 5.5% of damage dealt for 3 seconds. That's the big juicy one, 180 ores max, and then 5.8 million. Melee endurance mastery, CC chance defense, ranged endurance mastery, and then we're going to move on to the support side. So we have on here, this is technically classed as damage, but we've got base damage mastery, melee heavy attack mastery, and all heavy attack mastery. Then we have vital energy, undaunted spirit, flawless leap, and then the epic version is raging fury. During greatsword charge skills, collision and stun resistances increases by 330. So not too bad. And then we're going to move on down to the sword and shield. Again, we'll start off here. So base damage and mana regen, max damage, max mana, skill damage boost and mana cost efficiency. And then for the attack side, we have wave of annihilation, crushing blow, pulverizing strike, then finally repel. Using shield throw or annihilating slash increases your sword damage by 16.5%, and it decreases all of your defenses by 165. Now, so this is what they were saying, how they wanted to tanks to, you can either, if you're going to use a sword and shield, you're going to build for just damage, and you're going to have obviously less tankiness, or you're going to build yourself pure tank, and then you're going to have less damage. So I like that. That's really, really good. So we have weaken chance and attack range, weaken chance max damage, stun resistance base damage, and then moving on to the tactics tree, Gerard's Valor, Adamante Skin, Shock Trooper Captain, and then Crusader. When your wisdom is 40 or higher, skill heal, healing received, it increases by 5.5%. When your wisdom is below 40, it increases by 3.3%. Okay, not too good, not too bad. Nothing amazing. Ranged endurance, shield block chance, magic endurance and movement speed, skill damage resistance and cooldown speed. So. Then we have in the defense tree, skillful retreat, iron wall of invincibility, barrier concentration, and undying. All endurance increases by 1.1 and main weapon based damage increases by 33 per 100 of maximum health, up to 40,000 of max health. Okay, so again, this is the opposite. So the defense tree, you get a lot of defense but you lose damage. Attack tree, you get a lot more damage but lose defense. Then we've got amateur healing and damage reduction, mana cost efficiency, debuff duration, max stamina and melee defense. Then we're going to move on to the support tree. We have Gerard's Will, Will of Resurgence, Extreme Survival Technique, and then Second Wind. Critical damage reduction increases by 0.39% per 100 of max health up to 20,000 of maximum health. Okay, interesting. Then we'll move down to daggers. Movement speed mastery, max damage mastery, critical damage mastery. Then we have incising fang, edge of venom. This hasn't been translated yet, so no idea. Then we have grudge, blade twist. Dagger attack skills damage increases by 2.2%. Okay, these numbers, guys, I will say these numbers don't seem too. It might just be me, maybe I'm expecting them. Maybe I was expecting a lot more, but it doesn't seem that impressive. But we'll have to see how it actually plays out. Weaken chance offensive, and then weaken chance response. Tactics tree, we have extreme bloodlust. That's quite good actually. Slaughtering step, time of doom. I like the name of that, that's nice. Then we have great killer. When dexterity is 80 or higher, critical damage increases by 4.4%, and when it's below 80%, all evasion increases by 88. Damn, okay. Skill damage response, bind chance defense, and then bind chance defense. Shadow armor. Oh, okay. Shadow Walker increases endurance instead of defense. So are we going to see some endurance dagger builds coming out of the woodwork now? Master of Assassination. Drop blades. Okay, that's rubbish. Hermit. When being hit by a magic attack, creates a shield to evade most magic attacks for 0.55 seconds, has a cooldown of 30 seconds. Ooh, okay. Incoming recovery, magic hit chance response, magic defense mastery. Then we have vampiric instinct, decaying bloodlust, hide in the shadow, gives a lot more evasion. Then madness blade, using mobility skills decreases your main weapon's base damage by 40, but it increases your offhand weapons base damage by 33 and boosts offhand double attack chance by 15%. So that's going to be good for crossbow dagger. Okay. Longbow. We have base damage mastery, ranged heavy attack mastery, and then ranged hit chance mastery. Now let's look at this. Killer's Sense. Roxy's Iron String Bow. Unlucky Target. Point Blank Shot. Consuming bullseye has an 11% chance of reapplying the consumed number of bullseye stacks to the target. Okay. I'm not sure what I think about this one. For the amount of it costs, I'm not too sure. Ranged hit offensive. Max damage mastery. Ranged critical hit mastery. Nice, so we get a range increase as well. Okay. Sanctuary of Witnesses. Blitz Stance. Tidal Fury. And then we have Blinding Blow. So on successfully landing on the target with a longbow control skill, decreases its range by 2.5%. Not applicable to monsters. Okay. Bind chance defense. Stun chance. And a magic critical hit response. Oh, Barrier of Revival. When Devoted Shield is activated, health regen additionally increases by 5,000. Okay, people aren't going to like that. People are not going to like that at all. Unyielding Bondage. God, these names, these translations. Oh, holy. Gentle Breeze. Binding Hand. On taking damage, creates an 8.8% chance of binding the target for 3 seconds. Okay, so. Magic Attack Defense. Damage Resistance Mastery. Life and Mana. Force of the Wind. Then we have Blessing of the Waves. Blessing of Wisdom. And then Omniscience. Using longbow survival skills increases your main weapon base damage by 11 for 3 seconds. And landing longbow attack increases your skill heal. Okay, so yeah, they're really trying to basically make the longbow a more of a utility healing weapon, that's for sure. Then we move on to the crossbows. Base damage mastery. Ranged heavy attack mastery. Again, ranged heavy attack mastery. What's the difference? Oh, well, one gives you Amatoy heal. Okay. Bloodlust Rampage. Careful Shot. Death Sentence. I like that name. Then we have Annihilator. If there's an enemy within a 10-meter radius, offhand double attack chance increases by 3.3%. Ranged hit offensives. Max damage mastery. Debuff duration. So we have Tactical Counterattack. Onslaught Wedge. Sneaky Dash. And then Arch Enemy. Movement speed increases by 5.5% when being hit by a melee attack. Movement speed decreases by 15.5%. Okay, interesting. So you get, basically, if you're a melee and you attack a crossbow user, they're gonna be slowed. Damage resistance, stun chance. Then we have collision chance. Hungry Nail. Oh my goodness. Ultimate Power. Some of these translations they must be wrong, surely, right? Desperate evasion. When your current health is 25% of max health or less, your magic, melee, and range evasion increases by 600. Damn, okay. So yeah, crossbow daggers evasion, that's gonna go. That's pretty huge. Mirage. On evading enemy attacks, movement speed increases by 5.5%. Then using a mobility skill increases your magic, melee, and range evasion by 110. Holy. Magic melee, wow, evasion mastery, skill damage response, damage resistance. Eagle claw. Indiscriminate fire. Bloodlust transmission. Oh, hold on. This gives you landing a crossbow basic attack gives a 5% chance of increasing magic, melee, and range critical hit chance by 100 for your party members. Okay. Then metal. Max mana decreases by 1000. If your current mana is 30% of max mana or less, mana regen increases by 143. Okay. Interesting. Right, let's have a look at, we're on staff now. All heavy attack mastery, that's good. Magic critical hit mastery, and then base damage mastery. Mana ball explosion. Master of thunder. Wave boost formula. Then we have judge. Max damage increases by 0.088% per 1000 of maximum mana, up to 30,000 of max mana. That sounds so, I don't know, so low. Again, some of these tooltips might be wrong, guys. Magic hit chance, sorry. Attack speed. All critical hits mastery. Then we have Forbidden Pact. Flame detonation. Okay, this is going to be good for Bell Staff. Burning explosion. Ice Spear bombardment changes to detonator bombardment. Ooh, okay. Then we have Mana Spring. When your mana is 30% or less, mana regen increases by 33%. Okay, so. Magic heavy attack response. Ranged heavy attack response. All endurance mastery. That'd be good for both staff. Health amp. Spirit of perseverance. Blessing of mana. When your mana is 15,000 or higher, your max health increases by 1.5k. Eternal prayer. Your defense increases by 20% plus 15 of mana regen. Okay. Melee evasion. Critical hit. Response. And then silence chance defense. Then we have theory asceticism. Echoic wall. Magic orb barrage. And then magma ball. Attacking a target that you've burned creates a 4.4% chance of burning. Also an AoE burn. That's going to be huge. Again, that's going to be even better for obviously people that have Bell Staff. Okay, let's move on to the wand now. The wand was obviously going to be having some damage, they were saying. Bonus damage, max damage, silence chance. So we have vampiric wound. Yep, so this is basically, instead of it healing, it's doing damage. Noble punishment. Oh, this is looking pretty good, guys. Curse damage over time is boosted by 15%. Then we have Abyssal Touch. During curse damage over time dealt by the user, a successful hit creates an 8% chance of applying the curse explosion effect to the target that deals 6.6% of the remaining dot damage. Retains the existing dot damage on activation. Oh, okay. So yeah, so literally if you're going for the attack tree, you're losing healing and you're basically becoming a DPS. I like the sounds of that. Weaken chance, skill damage offense, skill damage mastery. Then we have corruption stack, Reaper's Pact, Disciple's Rage, Dream Demon. Applying Touch of Despair, Corrupted Magic Circle, Time for Corruption or Time for Punishment to a monster target creates an 11% chance of applying the Dream Demon effect. Dream Demon is the same as Sleep, but can't be removed by being attacked. Dream Demon is not affected by Karmic Haze. So this is purely for PvE. Interesting. Then we have All Evasion, Absolute Damage Response, Skill Resistance Mastery. Now, Light of Devotion, Holy Ghost Touch, Guardian Spell, High Priest. All healing skills cooldown decreases by 7.7%. So yeah, so if you want to boost your healing, you're going to go for this, the defense tree. Silence chance defense, stun chance defense, debuff duration. Selfless Fury, Eye of Emptiness. Then we have Chaotic Touch. And then Holy. Healing skills, healing amounts increases by 6.6%. Curse damage over time decreases. So again, yeah. So if you want to keep, if you're going to want to remain a healer, you're going to want to be obviously using this side here, the defense and the support. And if you want to be doing DPS, you're going to take these two here. I like this a lot because ever since this game has come out, I've wanted to be able to play a actual full mage, a proper mage, where I could be using my staff and a wand. But obviously up until now, wand has been purely pretty much a healing weapon. So now I could actually take a wand and make a staff wand just pure damage build. So that's interesting. I'm looking forward to doing that. Now, last but not least, we're going to go to Spear. So we've got here attack speed, offense, melee critical hit mastery, skill use mastery, all out assault. Then we have decisive strike, a great burst. Ooh, it boosted by 7%. Violent blast on burst or ignite explosion with rising slash or slaughtering slash. The explosion damage increases by 11% per stack. Okay. Damage increase. Melee hit chance offensive. Stun chance offensive. Then we have Frenzied Dash. Sadistic Madness. Oh, some crazy names coming out. Deadly Penetration. Then we have Ruthlessness. For every 10 Fortitude, Stun, Collision, and Fear chance increases by 22. Ranged Evasion Mastery. Magic Evasion. And then Magic Heavy Attack. Got Flexible Defense. Vampiric Finishing Blow. Persevering Step. Or when you use a movement skill, it increases magic, melee, and rage endurance by 250. Okay. Spirit. On defeating an enemy with a spear, it creates a shield with 3.3k health for 3 seconds. Okay. Interesting. Melee hit chance response. All endurance mastery. Range critical defense. Brutal Assault. Then we have Limitless Grasp. Repulsive Force. And then finally, last but not least, Fighting Spirit. When your fortitude is 50 or higher, cooldown speed increases by 6.6%. Interesting. So there we have it, guys. That is every single major node for every single weapon. Now, this video is a lot longer than I anticipated, but it is what it is. We went through every single major node, which is, you know, what I wanted to do. Yeah, overall thoughts before I end the video. Some of the weapons nodes are like meh, they're not very good. Some of them are actually pretty good, and some of them are so-so. So overall, it's looking pretty good, to be honest. Of course, this is just reading the tooltips. This isn't, you know, I haven't tested any of this yet. I haven't put any of this into actual, you know, into scenarios of a PvE scenario and a PvP scenario. I'm gonna have to wait until give it, you know, a few weeks or a week or two of testing on the global servers. I want to test it in tier 1 because obviously it's good. Whatever happens on Korean servers, Korea is in tier 2. So I don't want to judge it on what people test in Korea. I want to see how it's going to pan out for us globally, if we're going to get it this week. If we don't get it till we have tier 2, then we've got a little while to wait, I think. But yeah, anyway, what are your thoughts so far? What are you liking the most of what you've seen? For me personally, I think it's time that I make a Staff 1 build, Staff 1 DPS build, so I can finally play an actual proper mage, a DPS mage class. I'll be looking forward to that for a long time. So yeah, that's going to be it. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Like I said, and I'll catch you very, very soon. Take care. Peace.